Locked On, daily podcasts for every NHL team.
The rumor mill is swirling about Will Trott's trade. UC Saros, will he not?
The Philadelphia Flyers have reportedly already declined trades for Scott Laughton.
Scheifele just screams Vegas Gold Night, if you ask me. I could just see him getting...
New details on a fight between siblings that turned deadly on Christmas Eve. Investigators say shockingly began as an argument over who got more presents. This is Nightside. I'm Carolina Lead. Dave has the night off. In a story you'll see only on 10 Tampa Bay, tonight family members are speaking out for the first time about how this all went down. 10 Tampa Bay's Angelina Salcido spoke with them just a few hours ago.
Carolina, this family is going through an extremely tough time right now after losing a 23-year-old mom of two just a day before Christmas. Hours ago, they honored her life about a mile from here with a candlelight vigil. That's where I spoke to her mom off camera. She tells me that she was there when the shooting happened and is just trying to process all of this. But tonight, this family wants Abrielle Baldwin to know that she is loved and her kids are taken care of. The pain is unbearable. Candles illuminate photos of 23-year-old Abrielle Baldwin and her two babies. They're now left without a mom.
They're going to get taken care of regardless.
Ariana Birch is Abrielle's younger sister.
She was a really sweet person. She was just special.
The 21-year-old comforted by the love Bree's family and friends are showing tonight, but she's heartbroken.
She didn't know people cared about her. She thought nobody didn't care about her.
She lost not one, but three siblings.
I feel like everything is destroyed and took it from me.
Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri says an argument between her two teen brothers turned violent on Christmas Eve.
So you got the 14-year-old who's mad at the 15-year-old because mom's not buying equal amounts of gifts.
Fight escalated once the family got to their grandmother's house in Largo.
He takes out his gun and tells him he's going to shoot him in the head.
When Abrielle stepped in, she was shot in the chest by her 14-year-old brother with his .40 caliber semi-automatic gun.
What she said was, knock it off. Leave it alone. Why are you doing this? It's Christmas.
Seconds later, deputies say his 15-year-old brother came outside and shot his brother.
Shot one time in the stomach.
We are not naming the teen brothers in this case because of their ages. The 14-year-old still in the hospital tonight after undergoing surgery. He is recovering, charged with first-degree murder. Those charges could later be upgraded. His brother is in a mental health facility getting treatment after threatening to take his own life. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder. A tough loss for this family to process all three siblings gone right around the holidays. In Largo tonight, Angelina Salcido, 10 Tampa Bay.
Deputies are still trying to recover a .45 caliber semi-automatic gun. They're also working to figure out if both guns used here were stolen and possibly used in other crimes in our area.
Judgment. Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect, and in the gospel broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. Hold up. This is a quick lesson through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. What's going to be edifying. Show you how judgment is going out. They mentioned that these two brothers, their name was Darkus and DeMarcus. They talking about they wasn't going to mention these two niggas because their age, which honestly, these look like grown-ass men, bro. Okay, this ain't nowhere in hell that these boys are 14 and 15, and ain't nowhere in hell that that lady is 23 years old. I feel to believe that because she was more like late 20s or early 30s, and these niggas had to be like they 19, 20, maybe 21, 22. But I'm guarantee you these dudes ain't. No, these dudes are not no 14 and 15. Okay, they're just using that to push gun control because, they want to, grab people's guns because of the takeover they're getting ready to do. But regardless of that, man, this Christmas shit, Jake and the Idols, judgment is going out at an all-time high, man. Okay, and of course these two demons, these gremlins right here, it doesn't surprise me. The dreadhead culture, the thug culture, going back to Shiva Jatas, which is basically these dreads in their head, goes back to Shiva Jatas, which puts an effeminate vibration on these men that cause them to act out like emotional women. Now, it says 2 juveniles arrested for murder of sister and domestic dispute over unequal Christmas gifts. Like, for one thing, these little niggas don't need nothing, man. Because, I mean, they look like a bunch of damn demons. A bunch of degenerates. I mean, what do they have that they already don't got? I mean, a stolen PS5, stolen Xbox Generation X, you know, and then all of a sudden one pulls out a gun and shoot the other nigga in the head. You know, I mean, not shoot him in the head, but shoot him up in the stomach. And then he killed the sister all over some damn Christmas presents, which we told you that these holidays are wicked as hell. And what can you expect from a nigga named Darkus and DeMarcus? Like that sounds so fabricated. But it says here, 2 teens are in custody after a shooting resulting in the death of their sister on Christmas Eve. It says, and it all started as an argument over Christmas presents. Idolatry. Before these teens pulled out guns. It says the 14-year-old was not happy with the amount of presents his 15-year-old brother was getting from their mom. It says the argument, and where's the mother at? You know? But it says the argument continued to grandma's house, where the sister's kids were going to stay while she went to work. It says, once at home, the 14-year-old reportedly pulled out a gun and pointed at his brother, threatening to shoot him in the head. It says, Gualtieri said an uncle at the home separated the teens and he took the 14-year-old outside. It says, also outside, there was their sister, 23-year-old Ibrielle Baldwin, holding her 11-month-old baby in a carrier. And at some point, the sister told the teens to essentially chill out, according to Gualtieri. But instead of doing that, the 14-year-old shot her in her chest, tearing up her insides, the sheriff said. It says her baby was not hurt because the child was in a carrier. But right after the 14-year-old shot Ibrielle, sending her crumbling to the ground, the 15-year-old also pulled out a gun and shot his brother in the stomach. It says Ibrielle was rushed to the hospital where he died. It says Ibrielle was where she died, but it says the 14-year-old was taken for treatment at the hospital and survived, but he remains in the hospital as he recovered, but is in custody, the sheriff office said. And after the shooting, the 15-year-old ran away, discarding the gun and going into a relative's house in Clearwater. He was later arrested and taken into juvenile detention, but it says both teens were known to carry guns at all times due to recent crimes. But the 14-year-old was charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and delinquent possession of a firearm, and the 15-year-old was charged with attempt first-degree murder and tampering with physical evidence. And that's crazy, though. The 15-year-old shouldn't even, honestly speaking, I mean, both of them niggas are wicked. But honestly speaking, like, in the scriptures, bro, you got the law, the eye for eye, tooth for a tooth. Somebody push your family to death. You have a right to retaliate against that. So the 15-year-old case, and he can argue a case of self-defense in that nature. Because he didn't essentially kill the nigga. He just shot the nigga in the stomach. Okay, now who's to say that a shot in the stomach is attempt murder? Okay, that could be an assault charge, you know, instead of an attempt. It ain't like he shot the nigga in the face. Versus the other nigga, he shot the chicken in the chest, man. You know, but they gonna charge the 15-year-old, which honestly speaking, both of them need to be taken off the streets. But just to show you the type of idols that you jakes are dealing with, and that Yahweh Shimi Hawashai is not dealing with your idols, man. You know, the Lord is not dealing with that. So I have another article here too, because judgment is going out at an all-time high, man. And you know, it's the spirit. I was meditating on some cats I grew up with when I was younger, you know, and I was just thinking, I'm like, how are these niggas still living? I mean, and part of me like they're living because they never really got into any real type of street beef, but yet, you know, they out there like hood stars and then, you know, they doing their thing, whatever, you know, and bringing hell on people, you know, and then find out just the nigga I had in mind 2 days ago, all of a sudden I woke up this morning and found out that he got put to death on his birthday, man. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. I was just thinking of these guys. I'm like, how the fuck is these niggas are still living out of all the wickedness they've done? And yet, you know what I'm saying, you got men like us in the truth that's gonna get our heads probably put in a guillotine and all types of crazy shit may happen, but, you know, for the Lord's sake. But then all of a sudden these men, they're doing what they do, they making this money, and then they still living. And then, bingo, woke up this morning, the Lord called the nigga back home, you know, which, I mean, I wouldn't say that we were enemies, but we weren't friends either. I mean, he wasn't somebody that I really cared about, but regardless of it, it's just like, wow. So the Most High is bringing out judgment, man, okay? And this is just the beginning. 2024 is going to bring a lot of death to a lot of you Israelites, man, because you're playing games with the Heavenly Father. Okay, so let's look at this article here. It says a 10-year-old boy shot to death on Christmas Eve. And there's something about this goddamn Christmas spirit that's driving these niggas insane. You know, like we tell you, Jakes, man, that Christmas shit, that got a wicked spirit behind it. Okay, that is not the birthday of who you call Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai. And that's nothing that we supposed to be partaking in, because that's of the heathen. And when you partake of these wicked days, then you are bringing unfathomable hell to yourselves and your situations, man. You know, but Jake don't realize that, because they're too encapsulated in this American world, man, in this society. All right. So anyway, let's play this video real quick, and we'll get a couple of
This evening for the shooter who killed a 10-year-old boy on Christmas Eve. A community in mourning after that shooting Sunday night in Friar. The search continues this evening for the shooter who killed a 10-year-old boy on Christmas Eve. A community in mourning after that shooting Sunday night in Friars Point, Mississippi. That's in Coahoma County. The sheriff's office says that around 9 that night, a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old were riding around when someone shot into their vehicle, killing the 10-year-old boy, Ladarius Nesbitt of Lambert, Mississippi. Fox 13's Walter Murphy went down to Friars Point today.
Wait a minute. Did he say that they were riding around and somebody shot into their vehicle? So was they with an adult, or was they just out driving? A 14-year-old kid, the hell is he doing driving? I mean, back in the day down south in Mississippi, you can be up to 13 years old and drive a vehicle. I mean, we got, our grandfather learned how to drive a car at the age of 10. So, I mean, but nowadays it's just like, okay, was he with an adult, or was he just out there? It's kind of weird.
For answers.
A 10-year-old shot and killed on Christmas Eve is tragic. And the community where it happened, of Friars Point, Mississippi, they're saying it's happening far too often with kids. Now they're hoping the planned community center for this spot near their downtown might help some of those kids. But they say this coming soon sign, it's been here for 2 years. By the time it finally gets here, they're worried it might be too late for the kids of Friars Point.
Yeah, right at Christmas, man. I mean, that's the worst gift in the world.
I'm devastated. I have small kids the same age. It's just, things are going crazy out here. I don't know.
A 10-year-old boy shot and killed on Christmas Eve while riding in the car with a 14-year-old has Friars Point, Mississippi on edge. What would make you feel safe again?
I don't know. I feel unsafe right now. I'm scared.
In the community, we don't have a whole lot, so we basically need something for our children,
A community center has had a coming soon sign on this lot for 2 years. But after budget cuts, this mom of 2 fears it's going to be halted for good. How are you keeping your kids safe and making sure that this doesn't happen to them?
My kids are in the house. My children are in the house. That's how I keep them safe up under me.
The Coahoma County Sheriff's Office is offering a $2,500 reward for any tips that lead to the arrest of the person or persons who shot and killed that 10-year-old boy. Reporting in Friars Point, Mississippi, I'm Walter Murphy.
Man, ain't nobody investigating that, and somebody, for one thing, you need Yahweh Shai. And this is going to continue to happen to you, tribes, until you repent, man. But you're not going to repent. So the Lord has set up judgment for you, Jakes, man. And hey, you know what? It is what it is at this point, man, because we've been warning you niggas, man. All right? We've been straight up warning Jake to repent. All right? Darkest and DeMarcus, get the hell out of here. And look, like I've seen these guys before. This even if it might not even be the guys for real. It could just be a fabricated story. But I mean, this is Jake. Dumb shit like this happen all the time. Niggas kill each other for losing on 2K. You know what I'm saying? Nigga be on tweeting on Twitter, and then he'll blow a nigga out by 30, and all of a sudden homeboy will come out and shoot his crib up all because he got dubbed in a game of 2K23. Just crazy, man. And this is the Lord setting you 2/3 up, man, because honestly speaking, you got to get put out the way, because this is what happens when you are engrafted in idol worship. All right, so this is the book of 2 Chronicles. I'm gonna start at verses 15, and let's start it 12. It says, and they entered into the covenant to seek the Lord Yahweh of their fathers with all their heart and with all their soul. And that was the agreement we made with our power, that, hey, we was his people and he was going to be our power, and we was vowed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And we vowed that through blood, and we didn't keep it. So hence you have this death. Okay, and it says here that whosoever would not seek Yahweh, thy power of Israel, should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. So there's a spirit of death out here in the air, okay? The Lord is activating these death angels to visit you Jakes and you other nations too. You Edomites as well. But we're focusing on Jake because clearly the picture is being painted on you Jakes, man. Okay, you're the one that's aggressive. You're the one that's being put in the news for being the degenerates which you behave like. Okay, and you ain't seeking the Lord Yahweh. So it says, whosoever will not seek the Lord Yahweh, the God of Israel, should be put to death. Okay, you keeping Christmas. A lot of you Jays getting ready to celebrate New Year's Eve. You know, and get into all types of folly. You know, and then a lot of you Jakes are going to be put to death on New Year's Eve. You know, because you're going to be out there shooting guns, and then you're going to see an op that you've been beefing with for the last 3-4 months over some nasty ass stuff, and then before you know it, somebody going to get sent to the spirit world. You know, and it says Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. All right, and this is why we tell you brothers out there, man, be careful on which company you keep. You know, if you know a bunch of grimy niggas, hey, it's best to stay away from these Jakes because, hey, they don't mean us no good. Okay, they don't mean you no well. You know, I mean, it's cool to have friends of the world, but at least let these friends not be involved in dumb shit. You know, like I used to work for this particular company, man, and a couple of guys, I mean, I don't really keep touch with them, but, you know, we've talked from time to time. But these men, you know, they got families, they work. You know, they not in no street shit. Like if I went and sat down and had a drink with one of them, you know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be no folly behind it because, you know, the guy ain't out there. He's in his upper 40s, got wife, kids. You know, anything he's concerned with is getting his Corvette to drive right. You know, so there's no beef there, you know. Another homie, you know, he stay out the way, he do his little music and shit and take care of his son. Other than that, hey, we ain't trying to be around you wicked Jakes. All right, Zephaniah 3:5, it says here, the just Lord, and said the Lord is just, it says, is in the midst thereof, and he will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light, and he fell it not, but the unjust know no shame. Because one thing that really aggravates my spirit is when, let's just say if you had a gang-banging drug dealer creep, right? Some wicked-ass nigga, he's a hood legend, and yet this nigga gets put to death because all the evil and death he's brought in the world through his festivities, I say it that way. And then you got a bunch of motherfuckers that's mourning this nigga, talking about, why did this happen? Oh my God, this is so sad. You know, we gonna miss you, bro. Like the nigga was killing, he was bringing death into the world, bro. He was a witch. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't doing nothing but banging on his own people. He wasn't going against Esau. Esau wasn't the problem. It was other niggas he was at war with. How many niggas did he send to the spirit world? You know what I'm saying? And then when he gets his ticket punched, and all of a sudden, now, you know what I'm saying, all of a sudden now everybody wants to cry and be mad and retaliate. No, the nigga was a demon, man. He's exactly what he needs to be, in his right mind. Okay, you wicked-ass Jakes, man. That's why it says, but the unjust know no shame. Because no matter what you do to these Jakes, man, it's always going to be some type of mourning for these niggas that did wickedness. Like, one cat I remember, bro, he kind of grew up under me. Me and his older cousin, we were like brothers. He was like my little brother, man, you know. His father taught us a lot of things, man, about the arts. He the one that got me started in martial arts, and, you know, he the one that started me up. So, you know, me and his son were like brothers at a point in time. You know, when he was like, little nigga was like literally glued to my hip. Like everything he know, I taught him. I mean, you know, he's wicked now, of course, because he's in that life. But just say the things that he could have done for good would have just been magnificent. Talented little dude, man, you know. Studied in the martial arts, man, gymnastics, all that shit. Very athletic, very talented young guy. He was like an understudy of mine, you know, and his father took me under his wing at a young age. Nigga named Darnell, man. And, you know, he had a cousin that grew up around us too, you know, a little young cat. He was troubled though, you know, because his father was very troubled as well. But, you know, he get put to death probably maybe 5 or 6 years ago. But the dude, man, he just became a grimy ass nigga, man. It's like he just became grimy for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Just became grimy. You know, he had the sweetest grandmother in the world. You know, had a support system, all these things. And when I look at how Jake grew up, it was like, you didn't even have to grow up this way. Y'all chose to grow up this way because y'all watching these niggas around y'all, man. Like they say, every generation is worse than the last. Hey, clearly, terrorists, man. And then he get his ticket punched. And all of a sudden, you know, now everybody's upset about that, man. But I'm like, wait a minute, man. The dude was a demon. He brought terror into the world. You know? So it's just like, what the fuck? But that's why it says the unjust knoweth no shame. All right? Let me get another precept and I ended. The point is being made, but hey, judgment is going out left and right. And because you, Jakes, you are involved in this idolatrous practices, man. Okay, idolatry, doing wickedness, man. These holidays you niggas are keeping. I thought Christmas was supposed to be a time of joy and mirth and fun, but yet niggas putting out pistols. Because, oh, he got one more Xbox game than the other brother. Y'all brothers, man. Y'all supposed to share what y'all have among each other. What you get is what I get. You know? Jake has grown up with that selfish mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? That they're not about their people. The fact that their brothers one get one, hey, y'all broken, share that shit. Like, you know, when we grew up, I get video games and stuff like that. And yeah, you grew up selfish because the fucking woman, she puts that selfish nature on you because she makes you compete. But overall, man, you know, my little games I had, my little brother, he be in there playing that shit. Even if I tell him not to play, go in there and play it anyway. To the point I stopped giving a fuck. I'm like, shit, it's yours, shit. I don't give a fuck. You play. My homeboy, we come over, we hop on the game. This is when the N64 was like popping. You know, we played the 007 and the Mario Kart and the Smash Brothers and the NBA, you know, the NBA Streets and all that good shit, man. You know, we be on that thing. I'm talking about sleepovers, right? We be in that joint all day. Glad we didn't start drinking that young, but hey, we be up all night playing them damn video games, man. You know, sharing each other's stuff. He borrows it, bring it back the next day. Jake don't have that spirit no more, man. You know, but this is the book of Amos 5:21. It says here, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies. Meaning the Most High is not dealing with it. It says, though you offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them, neither would I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. So take down away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. But let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. Okay, so that's the point. The Lord said, let judgment run down as mighty waters. So, hey, man, judgment is getting ready to hit, and it's getting ready to hit on a whole different level. 2024 is going to be a hell of a fucking year, man, and I can't wait to see how it plays out and how the Lord is going to make his moves and, you know, set his men up in righteousness. Because, hey, brothers, we're in the best case scenario. I was just meditating on that in my prayers this morning. I'm like, we're in the best case scenario, bro. And prayers, they really do work. They keep you out of the way. You dodge a lot of bullshit because, honestly speaking, if I wasn't in the truth, ain't no telling why I'd probably end up just like them niggas, you know what I'm saying, that got murdered or whatever, or locked up or doing some fucking folly or just out of, you know, just tripping some damn where, man. So, hey, call Allah Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for this truth, man. This really saved us from a world of fucking just torment, man. You know, somebody want to take your life for some dumb shit. You owe nigga money, nigga hating on you because you got money, you flashing money. You know what I'm saying? You got to worry about all that dumb shit, man. This is why I don't understand why Jake flash money on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter and showing guns. Like, what are you niggas trying to prove outside? You trying to get somebody to come and stick you? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to show that you got nice shit. Fine. We like to flaunt what we have and stuff like that from time to time. But hey, I ain't finna just be throwing money on Instagram or whatever, Facebook, whatever platform. I'm not finna be doing that shit. Back in the day when I was young and dumb, it was different. But even then, it's like, don't be letting everybody know how much money you got, man. When you showing pistols on fucking line. You know the feds will watch you, dumbass. And then you get your ass locked up in here with a RICO. Then all of a sudden you want to cry about it. Nigga, you literally just showed the feds everything you have, stupid. That's why we don't feel bad for you niggas, man. You know, but anyway, with that, all praises and glory and honor is due to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And with that, shalom.